President Trump's new pick for FCC chair is ready to dismantle what he calls the censorship cartel. Joining me now is Brendan Carr, FCC Commissioner and incoming FCC chair. Well, congratulations. It's wonderful to see you gain the high spot. You're not quite there yet, but hopefully you get through. You have to go through the regular nomination procedure, right? The confirmation process?
Actually, I'm already confirmed all the way until 2030, so all it requires is just a two-sentence letter from the president, and I can hit the ground running right on day one.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, not everybody's happy about you running anywhere except out the door. There's one guy, a professor in the field, according to the Financial Times. I don't know what field that is, maybe censorship, but he says, I'm pretty effing scared. If this stuff happens, I will be on a plane out of America. What stuff is he afraid that's going to happen?
You know, look, Americans have lived through an unprecedented surge of censorship the last couple of years. There's a censorship cartel. It's social media companies acting on their own. It's third-party fact checkers. And that article was about researchers and academics who have been in the industry of censoring everyday Americans. And my message to them is pretty clear. You know, the era of having free reign to silence Americans simply for exercising their First Amendment rights is over. If you want to leave the country over it, that's fine by me.
Do you think that Americans recognize that there is actually a field of censorship? That is, that there are people that the FT says a professor in the field. They're literally talking about the field of censorship. I mean, that's how far it had gone in this country.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that the field of academia was all about, you know, wide open perspectives, free speech, and that's done a total 180, and we need to step in and do our part, both as a cultural matter and in the government, to make sure there isn't any more censorship. Free speech is central to democracy. It's really important that we return to that.
You know, it was a dark era. It didn't last as long maybe as the McCarthy era did, but I put it in the same category as what happened in the 50s during the McCarthy era, which lasted about a decade. Got a lot of people fired. Some people committed suicide back then. God knows if it's happening this time. Am I over-dramatizing the situation? Because we really were going directly along that route, no?
Yeah, it's a serious threat, both here in our country, but abroad as well. You see in Brazil, they tried to shut down X simply because people were expressing what they viewed as populist thought.
In the UK, I mean, maybe people would expect it more in Brazil than in the UK, but you know, the home of the Magna Carta. Now I just saw a video of a guy getting arrested for a Facebook post. They came into his house, put him in cuffs, and took him away.
You're right. It's a global surge as well, and part of this cartel is enforced by outfits like NewsGuard. I wrote a letter to them a couple weeks ago. They sort of claim to be the internet's arbiter of truth. And, you know, Section 230 ultimately is this special liability protection that a lot of technology companies rely on.
Yes.
But by its terms, as relevant here, it only applies to good faith conduct. And as I've indicated before, if you're a technology company relying on NewsGuard, which is under investigation for impinging First Amendment rights, you're putting your 230 rights in serious jeopardy.
What do we do to 230? Some people say we should get rid of it entirely and just subject the providers with the same kind of threats of lawsuits that magazine publishers have. Is it reformable? Should we get rid of it? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, first off for me is to make sure that I continue to work with the incoming Trump administration and make sure I understand 100% their agenda. But in the main on 230, I think we need to make sure that we continue to have incentives to leave speech up, right? That's a pro-speech provision in part. But let's address the portions of Section 230 that where courts have read immunities into it that Congress never intended, that these social media companies are relying on to censor Americans. We don't need bonus protections to censor people.
What about Google? Both the Trump administration and the Biden administration started through the DOJ a process of trying to break it up in some way. But, you know, you think of people like Elon Musk, who suggested maybe he would like to have a search engine. You know, maybe we'll have X search come along. Do you think there's enough competition in the market, or does it need to be broken up in some way?
Yeah, the most recent Google case is one that was started under the Trump administration. One thing that I think President Trump deserves credit for is realigning the national policy towards technology companies. We need a balance of the big technology companies that exist today and will continue, but also little tech, because we need, thriving competition. We need innovation. And some of the remedies right now that are being pursued on Google, in my view, are aimed to do that, which is you break apart Chrome, a structural remedy there, and then hopefully Chrome continues to innovate, Google continues to innovate, but we have much more competition, and that's ultimately very good for consumers. Because look, for too long, Republicans just sat by and said, look, if a large corporation wants to do something, who are we to stand in the way? And Democrats said, well, they're ideologically aligned with us, so we'll let them get away with it. I think that era is over, and President Trump helped usher that in.
Okay, Brendan, we only have about 15 seconds, but if Elon Musk wants to buy MSNBC, would you let him?
We'll have to take a look at that one, but I'm most excited about just unleashing economic opportunity again at the FCC. President Trump did it once before, and with the right policies, we're going to do it again.
Well, Brendan Carr, it's a pleasure to say congratulations to you. Not many people saw this coming a year ago. Thanks for being here.